in the future, I'm going to talk about the unpredictability of the end of the world and how I've been able to consensus this parabola-istic invasion by using Schrödinger's equation in the particle of the box. And the way I'm doing this, folks, is to show you guys what's out there, because there's so many people out there trying to predict the end of the world is this and the end of the world is that. But what I'm here to show you is to truly find the end of the world. The first thing you got to know is you got to find Schrödinger's cat in a particle in a box. So how do you find Schrödinger's cat in a particle in a box? The first step I found is you got to take the particle and you got to use this equation that pi, which is equal to p, is equal to 3.1415926535897323466443384327950288449716939, and so on and so forth. Okay, that's pi. And then you got pi plus an article equals a particle. Okay, how else do you get a particle unless you got pi plus an article? So article equals the or an, that is an article, and a particle equals like super. That's why it's in a superposition, because you got super is the particle. You put the particle in a box, and then you use both sides, change sides to make it an article plus a pi. You minus the article after you turn it into a Latin article, and the Latin article equals an empty set. So then you got pi equals the particle in a box. The particle in a box equals Schrödinger's cat in the particle in a box, because the Schrödinger's cat is actually in the particle, or it could be the particle, or the particle could be dressed in the cat, or the cat could be dressed in the particle. So all the particle is in the box, and the box is in the particle, and the particle's in the cat, and the cat's in the particle. And that is how you derive the particle in the cat, and the cat in the particle is equal to pi. So I really hope you're following this, because if you're not following this, I don't know what to say. All I can say is I figured out that Schrödinger's cat is equal to a particle in a box, and basically that equals pi. So this has to do with basically Guillaume de Michaux. He's got this great song. It goes ma fin est mon commencement, mon commencement est ma fin. You go back and forth and back and forth, and go up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, like Phyllis. And then what you have to do is you take the square root of negative pi, which is basically the square root of pi times I, and then you take that number, and when you take the number, you're going to dictate your analysis by taking Flight of the Bumblebee, and you got to put it in the key signature of concert F sharp, or if you want to be really, really super like ingenious, take just the saxophone in the key of F sharp, and do Flight of the Bumblebee, every other word, every other note of the song, back and forth, like Sir Phyllis, up and down, transposing, up a step, down a step, up a whole step, plus a half step, down a half step, plus a whole step, back and forth, and then you get to the end, and then you reverse like Guillaume de Michaux. After you do that, then you go to 1635, and you get René Descartes. He's kind of like Socrates with basically a French lisp, okay? Get Descartes. He's the one that invented the Cartesian coordinates that cogito ergo sum, and cogito, cogitavi, cogitara, cogitatum, cogito ergo sum. And because I think, therefore I am, that is why negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared over 4ac, negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a actually is an equation, and that's equal to the derivative of x. And if it wasn't for this guy in 1637 or 16, it's 1637 plus or minus 1644. If it wasn't for this dude, René, his name is René Descartes, or I don't know, it's French, and no capiche Frenchiano, okay, no capiche. No capiche Frenchiano, and so because no capiche Frenchiano, I'm saying that he was the one that derived cogito ergo sum simultaneously while deriving the x and the y axes. And he was the one that said that the x-axis is going to be horizontal and the y is going to be vertical. And if it wasn't for this dude, named Rene. Okay, I don't know if you ever heard of a dude named Rene, but you know, there's a dude out there who's named Rene. You know, he wasn't a homo, unless you're speaking Latin, then everybody's a homo. So this x-axis and y-axis, or I said that backwards because I don't know how he actually derived which is which, you know what I mean? Like if the y-axis is this way or if it's going to be this way, but he said the y-axis is going to be vertical and the x-axis is going to be horizontal. And because he derived it thus, that's why we got calculus, trigonometry, and everything about today, and that's why the quantum mechanic equation has Schrödinger's cat and particle box to begin with. So does that make sense? What do we got? Like, I don't even know what I got. I don't even have any viewers. Well, anyway, thank you guys for watching. Shalom, Leithout, and that is basically the equation I've been coming up with why Schrödinger's cat equals a particle in a box, and that is equal to the end of the world. And the consensus of the analysis of the preposterous invasion in this nihilistic metaphor contraption has been subsided. And when that substantiation has subsided in the analysis of the cabalistic invasion, Latin vulgate is turned into a vulgar language. That is when the end of the world will happen. And so, slowing down for a little bit, I'm thinking that March the 14th, that is going to be the 1 year anniversary, or it's going to be 2 years. Sometimes I just can't remember. That's when Stephen Hawking died. Okay, so he was like his great genius, so to speak. I don't even know if it's smart or not, but Stephen Hawking died on March 14th. Albert Einstein was born on March 14th in 1879. Okay, so Albert Einstein was born March 14th, 1879. And then I was born March 14th of 1997, you know, just like, you know, change signs. And then after that, March 14th of 2018, that's when Stephen Hawking. It's either Richard Dawkins or Stephen Hawking. Sometimes I can't keep them straight, you know. That's when that's when Stephen Hawking died. He didn't even know that much French, you know? How could he and Gilliam Machute even have a conversation? I don't even think it'd be congenial. But that's exactly my point, that because that was the date, that is why March 14th, which is Pi Day as well, National 3414592653358479323846267550288497169393751058209749445923307, and so on and so forth. But I don't want to, you know, take too much time because you've already watched this movie and it's already taken up almost 10 minutes of your time. And because of that, I will tell you that 3.14159, March the 14th of 2019, because it's almost a new year, is probably the actual date of the end of the world. But it depends on whether or not Schrödinger's cat turns up in the particle in the box. So, thank you all for watching. Shalom, Leithout, and I'll be seeing you all back in the future. So, until next time, guys, I am Nathaniel Kuchenberg. Shalom, and Leithout.